Guess who's back? Back again. For Lappy. Go tell a friend, huh?
Name a dead YouTube channel. Dead G. Anyway, so it's been a while and some important stuff has happened regarding the content nukes. Now, I was going to make a third content nuke that was going to talk about how he lied about saying that he apologised to all the victims that I showed in the second content nuke. And in reality, he didn't actually apologise to all these people. And also that some of those people that were in the second content nuke that I talked about actually don't forgive him for his actions and stuff. But due to personal issues turning up not too long ago and the chance of a third one being as shit as Spider-Man 3 and being a dud, I decided to basically cancel the third content nuke. Which is good because it keeps it to historical accuracy because of, you know, Tenika Banzai. So, what happened after the second content nuke? Because it's been a while, and the last that pretty much anyone ever saw of me was when I was basically going, hey, we got his account disabled on Discord. Well, let's actually discuss about how we got from the second content nuke to that. Now, what happened after the second content nuke was that I made the second one, then sometime later I made it into a 15-minute long version, which was a shorter version of the second content nuke, and it just condensed all the information I covered into a nice 15-minute video, so it was much easier for people to watch. Now, some people saw the second content nuke or the 15-minute video and they were annoyed that this stuff happened and that basically nothing was being done about it. And so, one idea that, I don't know where the hell it happens, but it somehow happened, was a bunch of people went around on Discord talking and cutting partnerships that STGC had with people. These included various Girls and Panzer Discord servers, such as Girls and Panzer Dream Team or Dream Match or whatever the fuck they call themselves, the one that's run by the Spanish guy. Also, KV Productions was another GUP server, which was one that they went after, as well as the YouTuber Code Phantom, who was featured recently with them. They cut ties, who was also a friend of St. Gloriana for 3 years or something, I heard something along the lines of that, who cut ties with St. Gloriana after they basically saw the evidence and realised, oh shit, it's true. However, the one a lot of people wanted to cut was his partnership with the YouTuber Iron Armenian. People went into Iron Armenian's server and demanded it happen to protect Iron Armenian's reputation, and it was quickly handed over to one of his moderators, Collusion IA. Collusion IA. Yeah, we're just going to go with that name for now. So, he investigated further and came to the conclusion that these accusations, because they're accusations apparently, that basically everything in the second and the first content nuke was fake because it was blackmail. Because they spoke to St. Gloriana. And not my side of the story. So, congratulations, Collusion. GG, you did it. 15 minutes of fame is here, boy. Anyway, I spoke to him in the morning, and yeah, it didn't exactly go to plan. It didn't go well at all. He thought I was lying. He told me that I broke Discord rules of TOS and stuff and law due to privacy of St. Gloriana, because apparently this was a I don't fucking know. We're just going with it. We're just going with it. And he believed that St. Gloriana was innocent till proven guilty. However, I also think it was probably due to the fact that he was a fan of St. Gloriana as well, so that might have basically liked that, whatever the hell that guy was called. What was that kid? The one that made the video that was really bad and I just destroyed with my bear like in 5 minutes. However, he gave me a bit of advice. He told me that if I was to report the matter to Discord and say that here's the rules that St. Gloriana broke and boom, 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 report his Discord account and it got disabled and, you know, whatever, then essentially he would apologise to me and they'd cut ties because it would prove that I was right this entire time, wouldn't it? So basically I did just that and I reported Roseup's Discord account for breaking TOS rules, which it got disabled for in less than 24 hours. And the only thing that he was reported about was the stuff that I said he did in the second content nuke. Just to say, I still have not received that apology from Collusion ear. So be sure to send them a friendly... Okay, don't do that. No. Okay, this fucking video's like taken like, I don't know, 3 months. Anyway, but no, got apology. It's all fine. It's all done. It's all sorted. Yeah, like, there it is on screen. There we go. Okay, You see? Okay, so no one go after the guy. Okay, no one go after the server. Look at Pino. Pino! Oh, I fucking love that guy. So this part had to be edited in, and obviously I wasn't going to redo it like 40-minute long goddamn hours of recording, so I'm not going to do that, so there we go. But yeah, apology, whatever, so there we go. Sorted, jump, done. Really. Because I got that account disabled, and I reported it. So. Anyway, this account got disabled on Saturday/Sunday, and I was going to do a live stream on the following Monday. However, on the Monday, some personal issues turned up out of the fucking blue, so pretty much I had to go and deal with those personal issues, and then it turns out that the following week that those personal issues got worse, so I had to go and deal with those personal issues even worse, and that's why it's taken me so long to actually, that's why, and as a result of those personal issues coming up in a fucking big ass thing, I basically had to lock down the channel. And I've only ever had to do that once before, and that was during the Asian situation. That was the only time I ever locked down the channel. So that it was that serious, I had to lock down the channel, as well as my Discord. So that's why it's just been, boom, it's just died off like, but now that brings us up to here. Now, I think it's safe to say I have this in the bag and that I won this. I mean, the fact is, it's a bit like 1812. It's not really like World War II, it's more like 1812. I didn't take over America, unfortunately, but by God, I burnt down the bloody White House, and I've got that biggest flex ever, okay? I've got that account disabled, which is something that no one else has been able to do. Like ever. So, GG. Well, really, it's like Logan Paul versus KSI, because KSI wanted that knockdown, but the referee was like, I'm going to stop you right there, Chief, and he didn't get the knockdown. But he got the one against Logan Paul, and pretty much, the fact is, whose account is disabled at the end of the day, mine or his? Booyah. The thing is, I successfully reported his account for his actions, and Discord has done something about it, which is amazing, that actually finally someone has done something about it. One of the actual platforms has done something about what the fuck has been going on, and taken action. However, people were not too happy about what I did and reported me in response, and Discord has done, due to the fact that people have reported me, Discord has done the following nothing. Like, nothing at all. Discord hasn't done anything. My account is still operational, my account is still alive, although I think I'm going to delete it because it's... I'll explain later. And really that shows us two things. Not only does Saint Gloriana's account getting disabled proves that I was right all along about this, which is I find quite funny because the fact is so many people are like, oh, guilty, innocent till proven guilty, innocent till proven guilty, innocent till, and the fact is I reported to Discord, and Discord would have wanted, Discord asked for the message links, and I got the message links, luckily. Thank you so much, Yudachi, for giving me those message links, because if you didn't give it me, then we would not have been able to do it, so thank you, Yudachi, for giving me that message link. But the fact is Discord looked at the message links, and they would have looked at the entire thing, and basically they disabled the account. They come to the conclusion that, yep, it's right. It was also due to the other stuff that he said where he admitted it as well. That was the other undoing part for him. But it was Yudachi stuff, that's the admitting bit, and I don't know what the last one was. I forgot, but basically we was able to get those links, and because Discord had luck, they were able to actually disable his account. But not only does his account getting disabled prove that I was right, but also my account still being around and not being disabled or deleted basically proves that basically I didn't really do anything wrong. So, ha. However, I will say this, that people who see me as a saint or a hero, they're wrong, because I'm not that, okay? I am not a fucking saint, I'm not a fucking hero, that is a fact. I said in the second content nuke that it takes a monster to see another monster, and what do you think I meant by that? Like, and I've had people who tell me that, and I'm like, no, I'm not a fucking hero. I just did what I thought was right at the end of the day. And so, yeah. I mean, it doesn't mean that I'm wrong, okay, because I have done bad stuff. Yeah, I'll admit it, I did some bad stuff, mistakes, I've made a few. But then again, too few to mention, and I did what I had to do to see it through without exemption. I mean, the thing is, me liking Yukikai Shenshido, because that was literally one of the fucking arguments, me liking Yukikai Shenshido because it gives a good tragic depiction of war, does not mean that I made shit up in both content nukes. And that's another thing that pisses me off, is the way that people have been only considering the information in the second content nuke, not the first content nuke. The first content nuke is practically ignored by people. Even though it basically showed him bullying and being a douche online. Also, I didn't make the content nuke to take over his position or anything like that, as some people might think, because a lot of people probably would think that. That's one of the reasons why I made the content nuke, but that's not true at all. And actually, I was done after all this was going to be sorted. And you're probably going to be wondering, what do you mean, as in you were done after all this was sorted? I mean, as in, I only got back to making GOP content with the meme video series so I could stay relevant in the GOP community and prepare for the content nuke stuff. That was it. I did say to myself that when this was all done, when this content nuke stuff was finished, that I won't be as involved with GOP matters as I was and stop doing the meme series. Because the fact is, Pravda, he's done with GOP. Me, as soon as this is done, I'm fucking off, okay? I don't want to do GOP, because the fact is, it's fucking horrible, okay? It's not horrible, as in the show and shit, but the way in which it's been stuff online, it's been fucking horrible. And that's why I wanted to get rid of STGC, because the fact is, it would leave the community in a better place. Think about it. Because you wouldn't have people with their massive egos waving their dicks around. And the fact is, it really used to be a positive place, as in it really was. And sometimes it's still fun nowadays. But nowadays, it's just full of ego. Or people with egos. It's full of the quest for power and fame. Hello? I mean, really, it's full of the quest for power and fame and for more views and more subscribers and more watch time and more comments and more likes. And it's fine leaving likes, but the thing is that people only really care about that stuff and don't care about the integrity of the community. Or would essentially, basically, to succeed, they would rather fucking bring down the community for their own personal gains. And really, that's not a good thing, to really gain stuff to put down another community. Because if you noticed, if you actually watched the first content nuke, I refer to the community quite a lot, but obviously people completely forgot about the first content nuke as soon as the second one got released. And really, I wanted this change to St. Gloriana's character to happen for about the past 3 years now. And every way that I tried before for this change to happen, failed. And that this was essentially the last resort. The content nuke and all that. So a lot of people ask why I made the nuke in the first place, and I never answered that in either of the nukes. I never answered it in the first one or the second one. One rumour is that I did it because I got banned from his server and I wanted back in. But the fact that I was banned in February 2020 and I started the content nuke almost a year later doesn't add up. The reason why I didn't make it before was because I literally could not be arsed wasting energy when I had better things to do or to have my interest in, such as my relationship. And that's when everyone's going to be like, oh no, here we go. Oh no, no. The thing is that, obviously getting banned from St. Gloriana server, I panicked and went, you know, because I thought, oh god, that's it, my growth is going to be stunted and that's it. But there was one person who was there for me throughout the entire ordeal, and that was my girlfriend at the time. And she didn't really care, well, she didn't really care about St. Gloriana at all. She didn't care about my beef with him. And was very supportive, and was very good. So, yeah. And I had that. And I saw that as a fair deal. I saw that as a very fair deal I did. I get banned from his server, and I get a girlfriend. That's great. However, in mid-September, this relationship I had started to have problems, and over time, these worsened. I was essentially stuck in my room most hours of the day, and the only interaction I had with people was through the PC. Because there was this thing called the COVID, and obviously, none of the shops were open outside. None of the societies I was in university were open. I was hardly going outside to the building. I'd spend like a good weeks inside the building, rarely leave it. So it was hard. But obviously the situation online wasn't fixing, and some moderators from St. Gloriana were interfering with my relationship, and the problem was that unlike my mods, I couldn't really control them because they're not my moderators to control. I had a falling out with the friends of my girlfriend at the time, who were St. Gloriana moderators, I wanted to put everything back the friendly way it was before. But people like Kawaii Artist didn't want to speak to me. So I decided to go and chat with the one person who could help me with this situation. The one person who could literally say to the moderators, oh, OC wants to apologise and make up for what's happened, or OC wants to fix this or whatnot. The one person who could have done that, who could have made those moderators listen. St. Goanna Gaming College themselves. And what happened was that I got into a Discord group DMs with Pravda and Rosip so that I could apologise to his moderators for what happened and to fix everything, because that's what I wanted to do. And that's the funny thing, is that this is part of the history books which isn't really talked about. This is a little piece of history that is very important, because what's going to happen in this piece of history is going to change everything for the next fucking 9 months. Everything. And what happened was that I wanted to apologise, I wanted to sort it all out, I wanted to fix it, and I went to St. Gloriana to do that. Got in a group Discord DM with him. And before I could even say a fucking hello to him, he left like that. Instantaneously, boom, was out there. And then obviously that was when the self-harm stuff happened that night, and they accused me of faking it, and I can have Zoe Crimson, the Azalane YouTuber, she can confirm this because it happened in the Hearts of Iron 4 Discord server, and also Kawaii Artist said that I was faking it as well, and So, and after this happened, my girlfriend at the time suggested that we take a week break to sort things out. Because, that would help. A week break. So I did this. We got back together, and 2 days later, after we got back together, she wanted to talk to me. And I said to her if she wanted to break up with me then she should do it then, but she didn't, so I assumed that it was something else. So I spent the next 3 days worrying, 3 days straight, I spent the next 3 days worrying about what she wanted to say, only for her to go in a Discord group DM with me and Kawaii Artist and someone who I know IRL, and break up with me. Now obviously, I didn't take it well is a bit of an understatement. And we all know, with what happened next, it was a bit of an understatement. More because, yeah. I basically took it out on myself, as we saw from the goddamn update, the goodbye video and the fucking live stream. We saw that I was taking this out on myself. I was blaming myself for what happened, and I did, because I failed. And I blamed myself, and I was in a downward spiral I couldn't get out of. However, one day, I worked back the events of what happened and what led to the breakup, and realised what caused it. Was it something I did after the week break? No, it wasn't. Because the fact is, I got from Zilloth that she wanted to break up with me when the week break was done. Then I heard back again that it was because of this. And I sort of realised, I started to piece it together, and I thought, where was the final blow? Where was the final boom? And the final boom came with the Hearts of Iron Discord thing. Why did that occur? That occurred because of the fact is, here's the thing. The fact is I wanted to fix this situation. I wanted to solve it. I wanted there to be no beef. I wanted this all to be fucking, great, happy, apologetic, all that. I wanted no drama, no problems. I just wanted things to go back the way they were. So why did it not go back the way things were? Was it because I failed to get that? No, it wasn't because I failed to get that. It's because other people didn't want it. And who was the one person who could have had it happen but didn't? The person who didn't speak to me and as a result caused the events to follow after and the week-long break, which eventually led to the whole breakup, was St. Gloriana himself. St. Gloriana is the reason why my relationship failed. And that's why the content nuke was made. And suddenly I realised that basically I was focusing on destroying myself, when in reality I should focus destroying St. Gloriana instead. I should focus all that on him. And then the idea came into my head of the content nuke and all that, and it was, yeah. And that also answers why apologising doesn't fix everything, because, St. Gloriana sort of, he wanted to apologise, so then I would apologise to him for this and whatnot. But the fact is, the words that never came out of his mouth was, I'm sorry for ruining your relationship. Not once did he say that. And I want him to say that. Because that's the thing, that was why I think it's complete bullshit that people should just be able to apologise. Because the fact is that pretty much it's my decision to accept your apology or not, and the answer is no. I don't accept any apology, except that one. Because the fact is that when I wanted to apologise and fix all this, with choir artists and the moderators and whatnot, you know, the fact is you could have pushed that aside, but the fact is it was his decision. His decision to leave, and as a consequence of that, content nuke. So really, St. Glenn has got no one to blame but himself, because the fact is at the end of the day, he ruined my relationship, I'm getting revenge. Simple as that. It's basically, I'm fucking fuming because someone's got to answer for it. And whilst that is the reason why I made the content nuke, it wasn't the reason why I released it. Because the reason why I released it, because don't confuse, it was made for one reason and it was released for a second reason. The reason why it was made, breakup relationship, he ruined that relationship, there we go, he's responsible, boom. Right, that's the first bit. The reason why it was released was due to the fact that as I was making the second content nuke and looking at the information, it pretty much, I emailed him to basically say, is this true? And he didn't offer me a response and I realised, oh shit, it's fucking true. And then obviously, you know, the fact that Discord basically said, yeah, disabled his account and said, yeah, it's fucking true. So the fact is I was right all along, so I don't have to worry about that biting me in the ass because I was fucking right, and I was like, oh shit, I am right. And the fact is many people were like, oh, you're wrong, but the fact is I was right. But not only that, but also his moderators, such as Zishi, fucking kawaii artists, and they all basically said, yeah. The funny thing is that they believed he was innocent, and then obviously the fact is it's funny because Zishi said that he left because it turned out to be true. And also kawaii artist said, I forgot a case. And the fact that kawaii artist said that I forgot a case means that it was true. So the fact is, I was telling the truth this entire time. Which is funny. But whether you like it or not, that is the reason why I made the content nuke in the first place. That's the reason why it happened. That's why it happened. That's the reason why the content nuke was made. Simple as that. Whether you like it or not. So now with the content nuke series, it's going to be submarine battle. Basically, it's going to happen off camera because a lot of stuff has happened. Because people have asked me in Discord, what's happened? And I've said, oh, submarine battle. And they're like, what the fuck is submarine battle? As in a lot of shit's happening off camera. And basically, I think that's what's going to happen. I mean, a lot of the stuff actually happened off camera. Him admitting it happened off camera. His Discord account being disabled happened off camera. What I'm going to do next to his YouTube channel is going to happen off camera. So, you know, it's all happening off camera. So it's going to be off camera and really, you know, we've done what we can. You know, the fact is, it's one of these, it's a slow burner. We're in for a long night, mates. We're in for a fucking long night. But stuff will happen. Just slowly. Now what I should be doing is that I should be deleting my Discord account soon, probably because I got all the screenshots I need, all the evidence I need. And I need a fresh start from all this, really. I was contemplating deleting my Discord account back in November, but then obviously I decided not to. And so I'm probably going to delete it because clean slate. I will be distancing myself from this online stuff, definitely. Whilst originally I enjoyed the meme series, they soon became a problem for me due to the schedule of uploading them and the fact that I enjoyed doing it less and less. So hopefully we will be going back to making crack as a lot of people want it. I personally enjoyed it, so yes. I've still got crack number 10 to do of Azalane, which I started doing in September, which has taken forever because, you know, it was supposed to be originally the best goddamn crack video, better than number 9. But that went out the window because of personal matters with the relationship and stuff and that. However, whilst I want to do this YouTube stuff, I'm not going to be as invested on YouTube as I was previously. As whilst I got a lot of W's in this content nuke stuff, I also had a loss in this content nuke stuff. I can't say what the loss is, but basically I'm like the Japanese Navy after Midway. Okay, I lost my carriers, but I don't know whether to send my battle fleet at the US carriers or pull back. I mean, obviously the US, they pulled back, they fucking hauled ass back because the Japanese were, and then, you know, but if Admiral Halsey was in charge, then it would have been a completely different story, and basically it would have been Enterprise and Hornet versus basically the Japanese fleet, because Halsey would have just went full fucking attack at the Japanese, because he's a complete psychopath, as we all know. Read a history book. Very good. Also, that's another type of content I'm hopefully going to do, which is basically that history stuff, because I like history. I want to do history stuff. I was doing a Bismarck video, but that got, because of personal issues, I was like, shoving it out of the way, so, you know. But really, I'm like China with this, as Annie Markey said to me, because I'm not planning to win today or tomorrow. I'm playing the long game. It's going to take years. with what I change. But you guys are going to start to notice that change over time. You're going to start to realise about what I'm doing, and hopefully there'll be good changes. I've already started to implement those changes to myself. However, there are matters I need to clean up before, and also I was told by a man of God that I need to choose a life between, well, the life I want and YouTube. And really it's been people online that have put me to this position, this situation in the first place, as well as causing the content nuke. Even though, yeah, it's been all online. So, you know, it's really toxic, it's really bad, and really it's a bit of an addiction. So I'm hopefully going to distance myself from that, and really embrace the Sigma life. Really, I don't fucking know. Do I regret making the content nuke? No, I don't regret making the content nuke. Did I regret that it came to it? Yes. The fact is I never wanted it to happen. I never wanted to do it. I never wanted any of this to happen. I never wanted to do, after the Blake stuff, I never wanted to do another drama video ever again. And I said, and I fucking tried everything I could to try and avoid it, but I just couldn't. That's the irony, okay? Because the problem is revenge, much stronger at the end of the day, you know, and that's what it was revenge. This is revenge. If anyone literally writes down why I did it, revenge. That's the one word to sum it up. But the funny thing is that even though I got my revenge, it hasn't filled me. I never really was going for his channel. I never really was going to overthrow his channel because I knew I couldn't do it. It was impossible. But the people's reaction and what has happened, events, have been better than I planned originally. So, yay. But, again, revenge, but it hasn't filled me. But the fact is I had to do revenge to see if it filled me. The fact is I was going about it the wrong way. And I was told by a man, an old man, that the best kind of revenge is living well. He was a Jewish man. He also turned out to be a wolf in sheep's clothing, but he was a very wise man. And that's a good saying. The best kind of revenge is living well. That's a good saying. Have that fucking stamped on the building or something. I don't know. And I'm going to do exactly that to prove people wrong. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to just look at other people's lives. I'm going to start living my own life because truth be told, I haven't been doing that. I did it when my first year of university, then I stopped second year. So I need to make sure I do that again. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do exactly that. But anyway, I hope this video answers everything, and that's going to be it. And yeah, basically. Alright, let's get these reports done. I want to do this copy strike thing on his channel. Right, let's get it done.